tried to be somebody you're not just to make other people comfortable? Or showed up in a room where you had to pretend you were someone you weren't just to try to fit in? You know, it's interesting. I didn't write it in my sermon, but I'm going to talk about it for a moment because I think it's important. The author Brené Brown, which we've done some of the studies that she's written, the author Brené Brown studies a lot about vulnerability and shame and just the human condition in general. But she talks about the core value of belonging, right? And she talks about the need for people to belong somewhere. And the most amazing thing is, when she talks about this need for us to feel like we belong, she says, you know what the opposite of belonging is? The total opposite of belonging is fitting in. Which sounds weird, because they sound like the same thing, right? Whether you belong someplace or whether you fit in someplace, right? Well, let's take imagine it's clothes for a moment. Do you belong in those clothes or do you fit in those clothes? Now imagine that it's, you're putting a round peg in a square hole. Does it belong in that hole, or are you fitting it in that hole? She talks about it in terms of fitting in. Fitting in is the thing that we do when we show up someplace in some group and we say, well, I guess I can be a part of this. I'll pretend for a while. But belonging is the thing when we find a deep sense of who we actually are called to be in the spaces where we show up.